Okay, give me a minute and let's talk about Robotyne and the Orkiv axis, which we haven't heard much about lately because the news has been all about the Kherson front and Avdiivka, right? Well, the Ukrainians are making real progress around here. The heights overlooking Verbove, both on the kind of northeast side and southwest side of the village, are now in the hands of the Ukrainians. They're going to be moving artillery up there, and they're going to be able to pummel Verbove until there isn't a Russian left in the settlement. And that looks like what's coming next. In the meantime, they have pushed the Russians from the heights to the west, going toward Kopani, where we saw on Thursday that incredible night raid into the barracks of the troops in Kopani, where dozens, Ukrainian special forces took out dozens of Russian personnel. Now, why is this front suddenly moving? Look right here. You can see the distribution of Russian forces along the front line. And then you got this one little guy in reserve back here. One guy in reserve. Where are the other 4 or 5 guys that are supposed to be the reserve forces to give those guys on the front a break? They are in Avdiivka, if they're still with us at all. But the reserves here were sent several weeks ago, maybe as much as 30 days ago, to the Avdiivka front, leaving these guys on the front line of Robotyne with no reserves, which means those guys have been fighting day and night, night and day, nonstop for 30 days. Can you imagine the hell that they are in? Can you imagine the nightmare of drones in the sky above you? Every day, the fear of munitions, shelling, HIMARS strikes, everything. It's got to be a nightmare. It's got to be a nightmare. And the line is starting to fail. We've seen the Ukrainians now push out the heights over Robotyne and make advances toward the west, toward Kopani, and establish themselves on the heights overlooking Verbove. So we expect that this front is going to continue to move, and I'll bring you updates as it happens. Thank you, folks.